Do you seek Imperial favor?
Years ago, my people were all but destroyed. My anger gives me strength. It is that strength.
Offer accepted.
Star Wars: Tales of the Empire, 2024, is the latest addition to the sprawling Star Wars saga, exploring a period between the fall of the Galactic Empire and the rise of the New Republic. This animated series dives deep into the stories of lesser-known characters, untold events, and untapped corners of the galaxy, offering fans both nostalgia and fresh perspectives on the Star Wars universe. It promises to expand the lore in ways that connect previous storylines while setting the stage for future adventures. From the first glimpse, it's evident that the series balances action, intrigue, and the philosophical undertones that have defined Star Wars for decades. The plot centers around a galaxy still reeling from the collapse of the Empire and struggling to find stability. Several factions vie for power, from remnants of Imperial forces seeking to regroup to ambitious warlords carving out territories. Amid this chaos, a small group of heroes emerges, each carrying secrets, past regrets, and personal missions that intersect in unexpected ways. The narrative examines moral ambiguity, the cost of power, and the resilience of ordinary beings in extraordinary times. It is not just a tale of battles and spaceships, but a story that probes the human and alien dimensions of life under an uncertain galactic order. Star Wars: Tales of the Empire introduces both familiar and new characters. Returning faces from the original trilogies and expanded universe make cameo appearances, grounding the series in continuity, while new protagonists bring a fresh energy and perspective. Among the new characters is Commander Lyra Kyle, a resourceful former Imperial officer who questions her loyalty and seeks redemption. Alongside her is Tarek Voss, a rogue smuggler with a mysterious past, and Corrin, a Force-sensitive orphan drawn into the political intrigues of the galaxy. Their dynamic drives much of the series, showcasing character development through personal struggles, moral dilemmas, and the complexities of loyalty in a fractured galaxy. The cast brings the characters to life with a blend of seasoned voice actors and rising talent. Each performance contributes to the immersive quality of the series, emphasizing the emotional depth and tension inherent in Star Wars storytelling. Lyra Kyle's internal conflict, voiced with subtle intensity, captures the nuanced struggle of someone seeking purpose after a lifetime of service to a morally compromised institution. Tarek Voss, portrayed with a mix of humor and cynicism, provides both levity and insight into the consequences of a life on the fringes. Corrin's journey, emotive and inspiring, resonates with the timeless theme of discovering one's destiny amidst chaos. The animation style of Tales of the Empire is both striking and meticulously detailed. It combines modern digital techniques with visual motifs reminiscent of the original animated series, evoking nostalgia while maintaining a contemporary aesthetic. Spaceships, planets, and landscapes are rendered with cinematic precision, highlighting the vastness and diversity of the galaxy. Battles are choreographed with dynamic camera movements that give a sense of scale and urgency, while quieter moments focus on facial expressions and body language, emphasizing character-driven storytelling over spectacle alone. One of the most compelling aspects of the series is its exploration of political intrigue. The remnants of the Empire are depicted not as monolithic villains, but as fragmented entities with competing agendas. Some factions aim for restoration of old power structures, while others seek to exploit the vacuum for personal gain. The New Republic is portrayed as struggling to assert control, facing bureaucratic challenges, internal corruption, and the delicate balancing act of unifying disparate systems. This complex political landscape mirrors historical patterns, adding depth and realism to the story and challenging the characters to navigate moral gray areas. The narrative pacing of Tales of the Empire is carefully calibrated. Action sequences, including starfighter dogfights, planetary assaults, and skirmishes between mercenary groups, are interspersed with slower, contemplative scenes that develop characters and their relationships. Themes of loyalty, betrayal, and redemption recur throughout the series, providing continuity and emotional resonance. Each episode builds toward larger story arcs while delivering satisfying resolutions to smaller subplots, ensuring both episodic engagement and cumulative narrative payoff. Fans of both serialized storytelling and standalone adventures will find the structure appealing. Star Wars: Tales of the Empire also explores the Force in nuanced ways. It emphasizes that the Force is not simply a tool for combat, but a philosophical and ethical presence that influences choices, relationships, and outcomes. Some characters struggle with temptation, while others discover latent abilities that challenge their self-perception. Unlike previous depictions that focus solely on Jedi versus Sith dichotomies, this series highlights the spectrum of Force sensitivity, from cautious practitioners to those who use it pragmatically for survival. These explorations add intellectual depth and moral complexity, enriching the series beyond typical action-adventure fare. The series' soundtrack and sound design play a pivotal role in establishing tone and atmosphere. Composed to evoke a sense of epic scale while remaining intimate during personal moments, the music seamlessly integrates orchestral grandeur with subtle electronic textures. Iconic motifs from the classic Star Wars scores are woven throughout, paying homage to the franchise's musical legacy while reinforcing the emotional beats of the story. Sound effects, from blaster fire to spaceship engines, are crafted to heighten realism and immersion, making every confrontation and dialogue sequence feel immediate and consequential. Tales of the Empire's world-building extends beyond main storylines. Secondary characters and background details are thoughtfully integrated, hinting at unseen events and subplots that enrich the universe. Minor factions, alien cultures, and hidden locations are given context and backstory, making the galaxy feel lived in and dynamic. Viewers who pay attention to subtle visual cues or dialogue snippets are rewarded with connections to broader lore, including references to classic films, novels, and prior animated series. This layered approach encourages repeated viewings and engages both casual audiences and hardcore fans, who enjoy piecing together the timeline and canon. Character relationships are central to the series' emotional impact. Bonds between protagonists, rivalries among antagonists, and alliances of convenience all drive the narrative forward. Conflicts are not limited to external battles, but emerge from internal tensions and personal histories. Trust, deception, and shared purpose define interactions, creating rich, multi-dimensional storytelling. Friendships are tested, loyalties are questioned, and the consequences of choices reverberate across episodes. This emphasis on interpersonal drama ensures that the series resonates on both an epic and intimate scale, keeping viewers invested in both the galaxy's fate and the characters' personal journeys. The series also incorporates elements of mystery and suspense. Several plot threads revolve around secret agendas, hidden identities, and unforeseen betrayals. As characters navigate the treacherous landscape of post-Imperial politics, viewers are constantly challenged to anticipate twists and reconsider their assumptions about who can be trusted. These narrative devices maintain engagement and tension, transforming the viewing experience into an active process of discovery. Storylines often converge in unexpected ways, rewarding attention to detail and careful observation of character motivations. Visually, Tales of the Empire captures the iconic aesthetics of Star Wars while innovating in design. Starships blend familiar silhouettes with futuristic enhancements, reflecting technological evolution in a recovering galaxy. Planets feature distinct ecosystems, architectures, and cultural markers, emphasizing diversity and creativity in world building. Costumes and armor are meticulously designed to reflect social status, faction allegiance, and character personality. The combination of continuity with fresh artistic interpretation allows the series to feel both authentically Star Wars and uniquely original. The release of Star Wars: Tales of the Empire in 2024 marks an important milestone in the franchise's animated offerings. It demonstrates a continued commitment to storytelling that appeals to a wide demographic, from longtime fans who grew up with the original trilogy to newer audiences discovering the galaxy far, far away for the first time. The timing of the series, situated between major film releases and other media projects, strategically fills gaps in the overarching timeline, offering context and expanding the universe without contradicting established canon. It also serves as a testing ground for narrative experimentation, exploring themes and character arcs that may inform future cinematic or literary endeavors. In addition to main episodes, the series includes supplemental content such as short features, character profiles, and behind-the-scenes segments. These additions provide insight into creative decisions, animation techniques, and story development, further engaging fans and deepening their understanding of the production process. The inclusion of Easter eggs and subtle nods to prior stories encourages exploration and discussion within fan communities, fostering a sense of shared experience and ongoing engagement. This multi-layered approach enhances the overall impact and longevity of the series within the franchise. Tales of the Empire also addresses ethical dilemmas and social themes relevant to the Star Wars universe. Issues of governance, justice, and personal responsibility are explored through character decisions and narrative outcomes. The series challenges simplistic notions of heroism and villainy, emphasizing that choices often have far-reaching consequences. Characters must navigate a morally complex environment where good intentions may lead to unintended harm, and seemingly small decisions can shape the fate of entire worlds. These thematic explorations elevate the series, making it not only entertaining but thought-provoking for viewers of all ages. Action sequences are executed with precision and creativity, balancing spectacle with narrative significance. Battles are choreographed to reflect strategy, improvisation, and character skill, avoiding the pitfalls of gratuitous spectacle. Melee encounters, starfighter duels, and large-scale confrontations are punctuated with personal stakes, ensuring that the outcomes carry emotional weight. Strategic planning, resource management, and alliance formation feature prominently, reinforcing that conflicts are not merely physical, but also intellectual and tactical. This emphasis on thoughtful combat enriches the viewing experience and distinguishes Tales of the Empire from more superficial, action-based content. The series further explores the concept of legacy within the Star Wars universe. Characters grapple with the shadows of the past, including the Empire's enduring influence, familial obligations, and cultural heritage. Questions of identity, purpose, and redemption recur throughout, as individuals strive to define themselves independently of history's burdens. The narrative demonstrates that legacy is not predetermined but shaped by choices, actions, and relationships. This thematic focus resonates deeply with audiences, reinforcing the timeless appeal of Star Wars as a story about personal growth, responsibility, and the potential for transformation. Fan reception to the initial episodes has highlighted the series' success in balancing continuity with innovation. While honoring the visual, narrative, and thematic traditions of the franchise, Tales of the Empire introduces fresh perspectives and bold storytelling choices. Critics and audiences alike have praised the nuanced character development, intricate plotting, and high-quality animation. The series has sparked discussions regarding its interpretation of post-imperial politics, ethical dilemmas, and force mechanics, demonstrating the depth and richness of its storytelling. These conversations indicate that Tales of the Empire has not only entertained, but also engaged viewers intellectually and emotionally. Merchandising and ancillary content related to the series further expand its reach and cultural footprint. Collectibles, artwork, and digital media allow fans to engage with the universe beyond the screen, creating a tangible connection to the stories and characters. Collaborative projects with artists, writers, and animators contribute to a diverse ecosystem of Star Wars media, reinforcing the series' relevance and integration within the broader franchise. By providing multiple avenues for engagement, Tales of the Empire strengthens the sense of community among fans and ensures sustained interest in its narratives. The series' exploration of moral ambiguity is particularly noteworthy. Unlike traditional portrayals of clear-cut heroes and villains, Tales of the Empire presents characters whose motivations are complex and often contradictory. Protagonists may act in morally questionable ways for the greater good, while antagonists occasionally demonstrate empathy or honor. This approach reflects real-world complexity and encourages audiences to consider the consequences of actions beyond simplistic judgments. It also creates rich opportunities for character development, as individuals evolve in response to changing circumstances and ethical challenges. The integration of humor, drama, and suspense ensures a balanced viewing experience. Moments of levity, often provided by secondary characters or situational irony, offset the intensity of conflict and intrigue. Emotional drama arises naturally from character interactions, internal struggles, and the high stakes of galactic events. Suspense is maintained through carefully constructed plot twists, unanswered questions, and revelations that alter audience expectations. This careful modulation of tone ensures that the series remains engaging across a variety of narrative beats, appealing to diverse viewer sensibilities. Tales of the Empire emphasizes the importance of alliances and collaboration. Characters must navigate a galaxy where trust is scarce, resources are limited, and power dynamics shift constantly. Successful missions often require negotiation, compromise, and strategic partnership, highlighting the interplay between individual skill and collective effort. These story elements reinforce broader themes of community, responsibility, and the potential for cooperation to overcome adversity. They also provide opportunities for character growth as individuals learn from each other and adapt to the evolving circumstances of the galaxy. The series' visual storytelling extends to symbolic and thematic elements. Colors, lighting, and environmental design are employed to convey mood, character psychology, and narrative tension. Shadows, reflections, and framing are used to emphasize secrecy, internal conflict, or impending danger, while expansive vistas highlight freedom, hope, or isolation. Costumes and equipment reflect personal history, faction affiliation, and narrative progression, providing visual cues that enhance understanding without relying solely on exposition. This attention to detail contributes to a cohesive and immersive viewing experience that rewards careful observation. Ultimately, Star Wars: Tales of the Empire 2024 represents a significant addition to the franchise's canon. Its combination of rich character development, complex political intrigue, moral exploration, and high-quality animation sets a new standard for Star Wars storytelling in animated form. By weaving together familiar elements with innovative approaches, the series appeals to longtime fans and newcomers alike. Its careful attention to narrative depth, visual artistry, and thematic resonance ensures that it will be remembered as both an entertaining adventure and a meaningful exploration of the galaxy far away. Tales of the Empire is not merely a continuation of the Star Wars saga, it is a testament to the enduring power of storytelling in a universe that continues to captivate imaginations across generations.